Good morning and welcome to this edition of For the Record. Today we're on location at the Dunn Police Athletic League, and today's focus is education, and today's guest is Kareen Teasley. She coordinates the education program here at PAL. Welcome to the show.
Good evening.
I'm excited to be here to talk about education and what you're doing here at your organization. Have you always been involved with young people?
Yes, I have. I started at an early age dealing with the youth of Dunn in particular. Taught school, coached basketball and various other sports in the community. Here at PAL, I'm in charge of all of the education components and some of the athletic components. And it's a passion of mine to see that our young people in the community succeed.
So young people can achieve. They can do well in school.
Yes, they can. More than others may need a little more motivation, but that's why we are here at PAL. We give them the extra love and attention that they may not get at home and at school. And that's a very important part of the Police Athletic League, to show a different component other than academics and athletics. Love is a big component of our youth succeeding.
Mm-hmm. Love is important for our young people because sometimes they look for love in all the wrong places, but we know that they're looking for love here at the PAL organization. It's a wonderful place to find love.
Yes, it is. When I interview staff, they have to be compassionate about the students as well as I am. And I tap into some hidden talents that they may have that can help students that I may not be able to reach. And so far it's been a great marriage with us.
Mm-hmm. And I'm glad. We're excited to be here. We want people to get involved with the Dunn Police Athletic League, and we'll be talking about the various programs. Let's talk about education. What are some of the things students can expect through your after-school program?
Through the after-school program, we have homework help and we have tutoring. I get with the teachers at various schools to find out what our students' weaknesses are, and we try to build on. With the instructors that we employed, I try to put them in the right position where they can make our students successful.
Mm-hmm. We all have a role to play. Parents, schools, administrators, teachers, all of us need to come together to work with our young people. It's important.
Yes, it is. And as the old saying, it takes a village to raise the children, and that is so true.
Mm-hmm. And there is a village concept here at this organization because there are so many partnerships that allows this thing to work.
Yes, it is. It's a very lucrative partnership here in Dunn. We have various organizations that send their employees out to help within the education component. Dunn PD sends their officers out. We have BB&T Bank that sends people out. ARC 3 is one of our supporters that I was very fortunate to get one of the vice presidents to come out and tutor a group of our young kids in elementary school this year.
That's great. I love to hear that businesses are getting involved, because if we train up our children and get them quality education, they can be leaders for tomorrow and run these banks and these stores and these community centers too.
Yes, within the community, one of the dreams I have is to take our young people out in the community so they can find out what you really do on your job. You can't just say, I want to be a policeman and wake up the next morning and be a policeman. What are the steps that you have to take to become a police officer, or the mayor, the next lawyer or doctor, secretary, whatever it may be, that I would like for them to see behind the scenes sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Exposure goes a long way, and I understand you even take some of the kids on field trips.
Yes, we do. Right before school was out, we took our young people to the fire department so they can see how the fire engine, what the firemen do behind the scene. They do more than just come and put out fires in your house. It was a good excursion for them this year.
Mm-hmm. I understand you also involved in computers and technology and STEM areas. Can you elaborate on those efforts?
Oh, yes.
That's very important.
With the STEMs and computer, we've in the past had computer coding. We have robotics, which we're building that program to start doing competitions, hopefully by the fall. We also have Lego within the robotics. STEMs, we do engineering components, we do different science experiments. Math is done every day, whether you know it or not. We have to figure out how things work, and it's coming along very well.
How do you keep students excited about education? I think when we keep them excited and motivated about education, they will grasp and do well and continue to learn.
How we keep them motivated is that we ask them what they would like to do. And as a group, we get together and we put together a curriculum. If you want to learn computer technology, it's my job to find someone to bring it to them, to teach them the basics of computers. And that's where the community comes in, because I can tap some of my old friends that has computer knowledge, and some of the teachers are willing to come to PAL and volunteer their time to help us out.
Are there any areas of teachers that you would like to come in most? English teachers, reading teachers, computer science teachers?
We're needing more math teachers to come out, because math is not what it used to be, what you and I grew up with. Math now is harder for us to understand, so we have to teach our students. And if they don't get it in the classroom and we don't understand, then we need to go to the people that has been trained to do the math to teach us. And fortunately this year, I had 2 teachers from Dunn Middle School to come out and do a workshop for us in math, so my instructors could be up to speed in math.
That's very, very important, because math can be fun. It can be, and I think if we have our child who we see has a knack for mathematics, we need to encourage that.
Yes, we do. And with mathematics, like I said, it's not an easy subject for everyone. And if I can find a student that is good in math, I make them a peer tutor, which means that they help another student in math, whether it's the same grade or a higher grade. We have to help each other succeed. And the classroom comes first.
Classroom comes first. What can a student expect through this program?
What can they expect? Besides love, we have understanding. We will help you walk through the process of going from kindergarten to high school and even to college. PAL doors is always open. Once you're a PAL member, you're always a PAL member.
That's great. We know there are many successful people who were once PAL students. So the organization is making a powerful impact on the lives of people all around the country.
Yes, we are. We've had several PALs throughout the United States. And it's nice to say that Dunn has one of the best PALs in the world. And I'm not saying that because I'm on staff here, but I get phone calls from other PALs wanting to come and see how we run things. So they want to mirror us, so to speak. And that's a proud moment. That means that the lieutenant and I and the rest of the staff is doing something right, because other people are looking at us.
Trendsetters. In your opinion, what makes this particular chapter unique?
The staff.
The staff.
We're willing to listen. We go the extra mile. We may grumble sometimes, but to me the grumble is out of love. Where Lieutenant and I get phone calls throughout the day and night, and we put our heads together to see what we can do to make our students successful. You don't even have to be a PAL member. If you come to us, we'll try our best to help you through your situations.
Well, your staff, you have a good staff, because I've met many of the staff members, and of course I've worked with the organization over the years, and you work well together. And that's the key, you work well together. And you get along.
Yes, we do. We have our ups and downs like most organizations do, but I think that's what makes us unique. We are working a little more on communication. I may have an idea that the lieutenant doesn't think is right. He has ideas that I don't think is right, and So for the betterment of the organization, we have to get together and iron out the differences and make this work. You know, people are looking at us. Students are looking at us. When I was in high school, my basketball coach, Glenn Varney, used to tell me, you never know who's watching you from afar. And I found that out to be true. So with that being said, we have to be conscious of what we do and what we say, because not only are the community looking at us, but our students are also. And I have students that says, Ms. Teasley, I want to be like you. And my comment is, no, you want to be a little better than I am. Build on what I have. So that's some of the things.
Mm-hmm. You're a mentor. They say teachers are a child's second mentor. Their parents should be their first mentors. So you are a mentor and role model to these young people. And I appreciate what you do and what the staff does to keep that love alive for young people, because I think that is a common thing all of you share, is love for these kids.
Yeah, well, thank you. Like I said, that's the staff that I have to hire, because if you're passionate about the students, you're passionate about your job, and you would do more. And that's one of the things that I enjoy about what I do is the kids. I used to say I was never going to do anything with children, but the Lord put me here for this purpose, is to help raise other people's kids, and not raise them as in to make them better, but to make them complete. I can do what I can do to make your life a little easier, not financially, but knowledge-wise. I can help you out as much as I can.
Mm-hmm. Planting those seeds that are making a big difference in the lives of children. Still with us, we'll come back and talk more about PAL and how you can get involved right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. Good morning and welcome back to the program. Today we're on location at the Dunn Police Athletic League. And we're talking about education, and today's guest is Kareen Teasley. She works here at the organization. We know you have so much going on, even things for grandparents. Tell us about those efforts.
We have a parent component where we get all the parents, grandparents involved in the education component with the students. We also try to get other programs for parents and grandparents, computer classes, how to help them raise their students, because we have grandparents raising kids, and some of the grandparents are in their 90s and they're sort of out of the loop with the younger kids, and we're an advocate to help them with their kids in whatever needs necessary.
That's very important. So you touch on everything. What are the age ranges of the students who come here?
We have kindergarten through high school.
High school.
We have a couple of pre-Ks that go through Harnett County school system, and those are the students that we're targeting. The kids that grandparents cannot help with their homework, we're pulling them in. If a parent comes to us and need extra help in helping their child with their homework, we're here for them.
Mm-hmm. It's making a powerful impact on the Dunn community and other communities too. Now, what is your service area?
We go all Harney County, some Sampson County, Johnston County. If you want to be a PAL member, the door is open to everyone.
And of course, there are PAL chapters across the state and across the nation. If you are viewing this program outside of our state, you can look up nationalpal.org and find out the local chapter in your community. Today we are talking about the chapter in the Dunn community, and we are so excited to be talking about education, because education is the key for young people to move on up.
Yes, it is. It's without education, you're stuck in a rut.
Yes, you are.
And with the Police Athletic League, we check all avenues to help you with your education. College is not for everyone. And if you want to learn a trade, we'll see what we can do in talking with the community college around here. We have Central Carolina Community College here that we are doing some things with in the future, and trying to get our students involved in school. If they're not wanting to go to school, we're reaching out to the military. The military is an avenue for some of our students. Everybody can't be a student, but in life you're learning every day.
Yeah, we need to continue to be lifelong learners. And I think it's great that you're putting them in contact with multiple opportunities, whether it's college, whether it's a community college or a four-year college or military. Kids today have options.
Yes, they have a lot of options. Some of the requests we get from kids, I sit back and I look and I'm like, did you research this before you come to me? You have to be willing to learn in school. And some of the subjects in school you're not going to like, but you have to take them to complete what you want to be. You know, you can't be a pharmacist if you don't take chemistry and biology classes, because you have to put the right drugs together. You can't be in law enforcement if you don't like physical activity, because you have to go to basic training. So everything is tied in together from the first day you go to school to the day you walk across the stage in college.
Well, you're teaching these young people how to make wise choices, and also responsibility. You have to take responsibility for the areas you're going into. You have to follow those rules or go through those steps in order to get where you want to be.
Everyone is responsible for yourself. You cannot blame someone else for the decision you made.
Exactly.
Everyone is unique. You have a path to follow. You follow your path. Do not take someone else's journey, because you're going to lose your blessing.
That's true. I agree with that. We all have a calling. We all have a purpose, but we need to find that calling and purpose for ourselves. And then I think we will be successful at it. But if we try to do what other people are doing, you're right. We will stumble and fall and miss our purpose in life.
That's true. And here at PAL, that's one of our jobs, is to try to keep our youth on the right path. And when you come to us and you have ideas, we do what we can to make that idea come to fruition. Case in point, this morning we were talking about starting soccer here. That's something we haven't done here in PAL, and it's a good opportunity. We want to do track and field. If there's an interest in Dunn and with our students, Lieutenant and myself would try to research it, find out, is it feasible? We'll offer it, and it's up to the kids in the community to come out and make it successful.
But it's here for them. It's here for the young people.
Yes, it is, and we need volunteer coaches. There's a coach out there that's passionate about teaching a sport, and we think that it would be a success. Bring it to us. We will listen. We will turn no one away.
Well, I think sports fields are very important for young people. Studies do reveal when young people are involved in sports, they stay out of trouble, they're more disciplined in school, they do better in school. So sports is a good thing.
Yes, because here at PAL, we would like for all our athletes to maintain at least a C average. Those that don't, they would see me in class. I talk to all teachers, I talk to parents, and we get together. That's the purpose of the tutoring component here. We help each other make our students successful. You cannot go to the next level if you do not have a GPA to warrant that. And you do not want to start your college career taking basic high school classes because you messed up in high school. So we start at an early age. In middle school, we tell them if you want to succeed in high school, you have to maintain a B average. And we're pushing, we understand that everyone cannot maintain an A or B average, but we do what we can to help you maintain a C average.
Right, young people need to know these things. They need to know when they're in high school. They need to start thinking about it even before high school, whether I want to go to college, and start taking the proper courses. You know, there are many accelerated programs today where some students can take college courses while being in high school. So when they get out of high school, they're already in college in certain programs, in certain communities.
Well, we have that here at our local high school, Triton High School, and we're an advocate of where I am, and I tell my kids, in the 9th grade, you do not know whether or not you want to go to college. Take the college courses just in case. Exactly. You'd rather be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
Wait your junior year and you missed out on stuff that you should have taken your freshman or sophomore year. And I tell them, always take the harder courses that make you better, to push yourself. Because what you do in college is a totally different life once you go out in the real world. You have to motivate yourself. In college, you do not have mom to get you up in the morning to get you to school. In college, that's where responsibility really kicks in. You have to get up for that 8 o'clock class. You can't say, oh, I'll catch it tomorrow, because professors in college, they don't, not gonna say they don't care, but you have to make the effort in making the next steps.
And you have to make an effort to take those tests. Usually, you might have 2 or 3 tests through the whole semester. You have to take the responsibility to go to class and take those tests, because your grade depends on that. So it's a big deal in college. Unlike high school, you have to be very motivated in both, but very motivated in college.
Well, in high school, I try to tell my students, you have to learn now. You, in your English classes, do not wait till the last minute to write your papers. When the instructor gives you the assignment, come to us, let us map out the steps so you can have a successful paper. You need to get your ideas together, get your thoughts together. So once you turn in your work, the teacher's going to be proud of you, and you're going to be proud of what you turned in. And there's something great about the feeling when you know you've done your best and you see that A on that piece of paper. It's time to celebrate.
It is time to celebrate. And we're proud of the work that you're doing here at the Dunn Police Athletic League, how you are motivating and encouraging young people to be the best they can be. You are motivating them to think out of the box, that they can do more than what they're doing right now, that there's a big future out there, that if they have goals, they can reach them.
The sky's the limit.
That's right.
For everyone.
Exactly.
Even, I keep saying when I grow up, I'm gonna do something else, but I think that the Lord put me here to deal with students, the children, and that's my life calling, and I love it.
Well,
They get on my nerves, but I love it.
I know you love it, but you can look back and you can say, hey, I helped this young person in this way. They're in school now, they're in the military now, they are a teacher now, they're a doctor now. So you can see the results of your labor. You can see the little seeds that you planted, you can see them sprout up one day. So that's the great thing.
Yes, it is. And a couple of months back, I had a former student that come back to thank me for what I did for her 4 years ago. She'd never been outside of North Carolina. And her first trip was with me to Ohio, first trip on an airplane. And she came back and told me, thank you for showing me something outside of Dunn. And that really touched me. She's going on to she wants to become an actress. And she has a summer internship in New York. And she told me that she would have never had made this decision if it wasn't for me pushing her when she was in middle school. I stayed on her because I saw something in her. She's a special young lady, and I told her my doors are always open. And that's to all of my former PAL students.
Great. You've done a great work. Keep up the great work here at PAL. Keep planting those seeds of instruction, wisdom, discipline, directing these young people to a better life that they can have. Because truly, the sky is the limit for young people, for anybody. If you got a goal, go after it. Pursue that dream. Make it happen. Get involved with your local PAL chapter today. That's all the time we have for this edition of For the Record. You make it a wonderful day.